ho, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mara, and today I have another review for you guys about the Korean movie Deliver Us from Evil. Sounds devilish, sounds murderous, sounds interesting to me. If that's interesting to you, keep watching. Well, Deliver Us from Evil is a Korean movie that has been released in August of 2020 in South Korea, but in Germany and also America and everywhere else it was released in January 2021. And it is currently on Amazon Prime. You can watch it in the original version with German subtitles, which is what I did. The movie has a rating of 18 plus because it is quite violent and quite bloody. I've seen worse, I have to say, but the rating of 18 plus is definitely deserved. Deliver Us from Evil is about 1 hour 50 minutes long, 108 minutes in total, with about 5 minutes of, credits and stuff like that. Hwang Jung-Min plays In-nam. He is an assassin and he's called to do one last job. Sounds quite easy, but he realizes very quickly that this last job is not as easy as it seemed, and that the Yakuza that he killed in Japan actually has a sworn blood's brother. And that dude is played by none other than Jung-Jae, that most of you guys probably know from Squid Game. He is a very famous Korean actor known from so many good movies and shows, and like I said, he plays Ray, and Ray is a master killer. He is a serial killer, he is an assassin, and he very much enjoys to kill people. And after that last job, In-nam wants nothing more but to lay low, and quickly gets involved, though, into a kidnapping case of a young girl in Bangkok, a child. So he tries to find out where the girl is, at the same time being chased by this assassin, by Ray. And he is quite on a revenge trip. And in one of the first scenes with Ray that we get to see while he's actually trying to kill yet another victim, he says something along the lines of, yeah, my dad was Korean, but when he went to Osaka, he didn't have 1 yen in his pocket, so he started to work as a butcher to make some money. But when he got home, he started to get drunk. He beat up his sons, Ray and his brother, because they reminded him so much of the bish that left him, their mother, basically. Ray also continues to say that he slaughtered a lot of pigs in his life from a very young age on, and that sadly this still impacts his style of killing people. Wow. Those lines are not only freaky but very terrifying, and that should tell you what kind of person Ray is. And talking about his, slaughtering style, he basically kills people by hanging them upside down and slitting their belly. It's just a whole mess. It's just disgusting. We don't actually really see that, but a lot of the stuff happens off scene, but you can still imagine it because that's what they are talking about, and you definitely hear the screams. Overall, this whole situation just shows how much he really enjoys doing his job, how much he really enjoys killing people, and it's just, freaky. Today my t-shirt is kind of matching because it is just, a skull kind of person situation with a skeleton horse. He's coming to get you. So that's why I decided to wear it today, because I feel it's kind of matchy with the movie theme. Anyways, Deliver Us from Evil has a good storyline. It's a good mix between telling the story, the storyline, and also the action sequences, which are actually typical for like Asian movies, a lot of handmade and choreographed fight scenes, especially when it goes into the hand fights, fist fights, and knife fights, because we do have some machete and knife fights as well. So those look quite nice. The camera actually shows quite a lot, which is, like I said, typical, because in Asia that's actually quite normal. They choreograph these scenes over and over again so that you can actually show a lot in one piece. You don't have to really cut that up. When you watch American movies, you can see during the fight scenes, especially the Liam Neeson movies, it's just crazy. They cut up so much of these fight scenes because he's not actually really fighting, you know, he's quite old, so you know, it's different than Asian movies. And especially with Ray, it is quite crazy to me how good he is in shape. There is one scene where he's topless, totally has a 6 to 8 pack. You see him in clothes, you don't really expect him to be that fit, you know, and it left me quite speechless, I have to say, especially knowing that he was in his 40s when he shot these scenes, when he shot this movie. He's in good shape, I have to say. He probably did a lot of these stunts, a lot of these fight scenes himself. Sometimes you can see that it looks a little bit weird because they speed up some of the sequences, which makes it look a little bit weird if you are not used to that. But overall, you can also see a lot of, you know, blood splashing around. You can also see a lot of the violence, like I said. You see a lot of headshots, you see a lot of, you know, stab wounds and stabbings and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. If you don't like that stuff, if you can't watch that stuff, then don't watch this movie. Please, I don't want you to be triggered. If you compare the two main characters, In-nam and Ray, I have to say, yes, I do kind of feel and sympathize with In-nam, but I kind of caught myself rooting for Ray. Even though his only goal is to kill In-nam, he has no other goal in this movie. But because he has such a cool demeanor and his whole, you know, his gestures and his whole look is just so tough and cool, I have a thing for bad guys, so I was kind of rooting for him. But anyways, the storyline at times, like I said, a little bit predictable, sometimes also a little bit too forced. I felt that even though the movie is quite long, with about 1 hour 50 minutes, they tried to probably put too much storyline, and that's why it feels a little bit forced at times. It kind of feels like, okay, so now he has to do this, now he has to do this so that this can happen, and I feel it's just checking boxes, which was kind of, you know, sad and disappointing because I expected a little bit more. I definitely do still recommend this movie though. For me, it's a solid Korean Asian action movie, and Lee Jung-Jae is always good, you know, to see in movies. He's a good actor, and I know that he is known for those types of roles. Squid Game, his role was quite different. He's more the antagonist in movies and the bad guy, so I definitely enjoy him more in those roles. Anyways, if you have watched Deliver Us from Evil, let me know what you thought about it. I definitely enjoyed it. Follow me on Instagram if you don't. My account is kotatsu.talk. You can find me there. The link is in the info box below as well. And for today, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this little review about Deliver Us from Evil. Watch it on Amazon Prime if you can. It's a good watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, stay real, keep it real, and bye-bye.